Hey guys, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, like a year and a half, I want to say, since the last time I filmed and uploaded a video. But we will get into all of that. I thought it would be fun to make my first video back in the beginning of the year because I'm feeling motivated and inspired and ready to really get back in it. And I thought the best way to do that would be to do like a sit down chit chat mukbang style with you guys. So I got food, I got Wingstop. I asked you guys on Instagram what type of food I should eat in order to film this video, and a lot of you guys said Wingstop. So here it is. Yeah, let's just dig in and I will update you guys on what's been going on, where I've been, and what we're doing moving forward. Full transparency, this has been sitting here for quite some time, so we may need to reheat some stuff. And by may, I mean we absolutely have to reheat some stuff. But before we do that, let me tell you / show you guys what I got. What did I get? Right, so I didn't get a lot because I didn't want to go crazy and I don't want this video to be ridiculously long, but then I'm gonna say that about all my videos. But anyway, I got a large seasoned fries, then I got the 10 mix and match wings, I got 5 garlic parmesan classic wings, and then 5 lemon pepper boneless ones, and a regular honey mustard sauce. If you know or remember, I was never a sauce girly and I'm still kind of not, but I've gotten a little better about it. So I'm gonna reheat this and then we'll really get into it all. Thank God for air fryers because I know a lot of people don't like them, but I fear I would have been here forever if I didn't have that reheat option on it. So there's that, we're back. Just starting already making a mess, very nice. This is a lot of food and I don't actually know if I'm gonna be able to get through it all because I'm actually not that hungry since I'm about to start my period, but I've committed and now I need to see this through. Okay, so first things first, I am a traditional drum wing lover girly. I usually don't get boneless. The only reason I did today is because I wanted to mix things up and be different or whatever, but there's that. Secondly, to start things off, I know a lot of people when they do videos like this, they'll be like, oh, so much has changed in a year and blah, 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 blah. Nothing's changed with me, nothing really. I'm still the same me. I still live at home with my parents, unfortunately. But the only really thing that's changed is the fact that I am now 30, which is wild to say. I think the last video that I posted for you guys, I was technically 28. I'm not good at this, by the way. So if I'm talking more than I'm eating, or if I end up eating more than I'm talking, so be it. We're just gonna roll with it. I haven't had Wingstop in forever. I know a lot of people don't really care for mukbangs. I actually do enjoy watching them sometimes when they're not so over the top. You know those people that you see that they're like, and the shit is all over. Yeah, no, I can't do that. That's far too much. But if we're just being chill and civilized and eating like this, like a normal human being, yeah, love that. I don't mind the sounds. I don't mind the ASMR unless you're like being gross and extra and whatnot. I think this is lemon pepper. So anyway, first and foremost, the reason that I haven't posted on YouTube in forever is it was so much work, obviously, and it still is, but I really wanted to take 2025 to focus on my 2 main platforms, which at the time were Instagram and TikTok. Because like I said, YouTube is so much work. I enjoy the long form content. I love talking. I love hearing people talk, especially when you're one of my favorite creators. But to have been doing the long form content, filming, editing, posting, whatever, and Instagram and TikTok all at once was way too much. Plus, you guys know I do still have a 9 to 5, so that consumes my time during the week. And then on weekends, I've gotten a lot better at like batch creating my content. but still, it was way too much. And so I told myself in the beginning of 2025 that I was just gonna take a break from YouTube and just focus on those two to grow those platforms and see where that takes me, which is what I did. And I don't think I had ever been as consistent as I was in 2025 with social media in general. So that was fun. I will say it was minorly disappointing because 2025 was really hard on me, as I'm sure it was on a lot of people. I mean, it was a year 9, which is about a lot of endings and, you know, cycles coming to an end and a lot of things, a lot of hardships coming up and whatever the case is. It was also the year of the snake, which you're literally shedding old habits, bad habits, negativity, and all of the things. So it was a lot on me, and I had never felt so stagnant in my life than I did in 2025, despite everything that I was doing and or trying to do. And so that was really hard on me and hard on my mental health, again, as I'm sure it was for a lot of different people. I did have a lot of fun just filming constantly and doing my content regularly, being consistent and whatever, but what I come to realize is that I really did not care for Instagram anymore, and I still kind of don't. My numbers have been so stagnant on that platform despite posting Monday through Friday, every day, Monday through Friday. I post at least once, and I'm posting on my stories throughout the day and whatever the case is. These are the garlic Parmesan wings now. But my growth in general in terms of followers and engagement and all that just was not there. And it was hard because I was being so consistent. I was doing everything that I normally did. Nothing was really changing or whatever. And maybe that was due to my content not being great, but also I would post the same or similar content on TikTok and then it would do amazing and I was gaining followers and my engagement was great and whatever the case was. So it was one of those things, again, as I'm sure a lot of content creators go through. I felt so stuck and frustrated that I ended up putting so much less pressure on Instagram and actually making TikTok my primary social media platform. And I will say I had the best year of my life posting on TikTok last year. Again, I did not see as much growth as I thought or would have liked, having been posting so consistently on it. Because for at least the last 6 months of the year, I was posting on TikTok every single day, 2 or 3 times a day. So there was that. There definitely was growth on TikTok, so I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like there wasn't. It just wasn't as much as I thought it would have been. And maybe at that point I'm just being too picky. Also, yes, I'm eating my wing partially with a fork because I don't wanna seem like a slob eating. But if I was by myself, I would be tearing this wing up. So there was that. I ended up not posting on Instagram, but I definitely pulled back from posting on it a lot. And I was just putting all of my time and energy into TikTok, really, which was really fun, so freeing, and I loved it. I'm still doing that now, and I am still seeing growth little by little. And just to rewind back to the numbers comment I made, I'm not creating content just for followers or whatever the case is. Obviously, when and if that comes and the money and the PR and all of those things, it's gonna be great. And I'm really gonna be excited about it. And I have been excited about it when those few opportunities have presented themselves to me. But I'm not doing it for those numbers. I genuinely love being creative, creating content, and expressing myself online in a way that I don't get to in my day-to-day life. But the thing is that when everybody just always tells you be consistent, just keep trying, keep putting yourself out there. And I did that for a year and I still wasn't really seeing anything. And actually, if you check my Instagram now, I feel like I've been more or less at the exact same follower count for well over a year. And it's fluctuated by like 5 or 10 followers, but otherwise it's been the exact same. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, it's so frustrating. And it's probably partially because of the algorithm, probably partially because of the content that I'm creating, and probably partially because a lot of people just don't like Instagram like that much anymore. And that was a hard pill to swallow because I've loved Instagram for so long. and it was my main platform for posting for so long until TikTok came along. But I don't know, it was just so frustrating, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And if you can, please let me know. If you've had growth, leave me some tips. I'm open to learning. I'm open to switching things up a little bit, but not that much, because I don't want it to be exhausting. I want to keep having fun posting. And I fear that if I switch things up too much, it's just not going to be fun anymore. And I don't want that to happen, because then I'm probably not going to want to do it anymore. And I genuinely love doing this for the time being. I also had like, I don't know if I would say I had an identity crisis in 2025, but also maybe kinda. With turning 30, I almost completely spiraled, especially in the month of August leading up to my birthday, because I don't know, I just felt like there was so much pressure, and it hit me hard being like, damn, like 30 is sounding a little too real, a little too adult-like, and I don't feel like that. Obviously, I'm a fully functioning adult. I have a 9-to-5, I pay my own bills, I go out, I travel, I have a very loving and committed relationship, and all of the things that make you an adult. But 30, I feel like, was like, god damn, like people are asking and expecting marriage and kids and houses and this and that, and it just hit me so hard, because I was like, damn. And then not to mention, I don't like comparing myself to other people, and I don't purposely go out of my way to do it. But I will say that it's hard when society and like family and friends and whatever put this pressure on you, especially women in today's day and age, to like be like, hey, like your time is ticking and all of this stuff. And it's like, yes, but what about all the other things that I'm trying to do and all of the other things that I want and whatnot? And then not to mention, it was kind of hard seeing people, girls or whatever, that were the same age as me, that I went to high school with, or that were younger than me, but all of those things, they were engaged, or they had just gotten married, or they're popping out kids already, or they're buying houses and they're doing this, that, the other. And it's not to be shady or negative, because I'm genuinely happy for them. And it's like, it's kind of cool to be able to see the people that you knew and grew up with and whatever do have and accomplish all of these things. It's a beautiful thing. But for me personally, I couldn't help but feel and think, damn, like, what am I doing wrong? Why don't I have any or all of those things? And obviously those are all circumstantial things, right? Like certain jobs or certain partners or certain family backgrounds that help them get to those things, or whatever the case is. But it's still really hard on your mental, at least for me personally. I don't know. I know some people more than others are good at just being like, whatever, it is what it is, and brushing it off, not really caring or paying attention to that. And I am too, for the most part. But I think that because it was coming up so frequently all at once in that time period, it was getting to me and eating away at me so badly that I would go as far to say that I was actually kind of depressed in the month of August leading up to my birthday, and even for a while afterwards. I just could not shake the feeling that I had and the thoughts that I had revolving around all of that. I'm better now. I've had some conversations with, like, you know, Diego and my brother and the people in my life and whatever, but obviously I still think about it every so often. But I will say that I'm in a much better place now to be able to do and make some of those decisions. Like, the problem I think really was that I had all of these aspirations for those things, not my content, but I wasn't doing anything to really take steps to make that happen, whether it was saving or actually going to do certain things to make those things happen, or whatever the case is. So obviously you can't just make plans and expect, or rather you can't just make goals and expect them to just happen. I very much do believe in spirituality, and I believe that your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, what you put out, you will get back and whatnot, and they do take care of you. They do help you to the best of their ability and whatever. But just the same, I believe that you need to be doing your portion of the work too. All of those things are not just gonna fall into your lap. Maybe it does for some people, but I know I'm not that lucky, and I know that everything that I've had in my life, all of the goals that I've been able to accomplish are because I went out of my way to take steps to make them happen. And so for a while, I guess I just wasn't doing that the ways that I should have been. And so here we are. Anyway, I'm a lot better now. I don't want to dwell on that, but I am really excited for the new year. I don't want to be all, oh, new year, new me, and New Year's resolutions and all that. I don't do that, but like, I do make vision boards every year. I do write goals down for the year. I do write goals for each individual month. And this year is no different. And I just have such a good, strong feeling about how this year is going to progress. Again, I'm actually taking the necessary steps to make a lot of these things happen. And one of them is coming back to YouTube. I don't know what it is, but I felt such like a pull to come back to YouTube recently and start making longer form content again. I don't know if people actually consume longer form content these days. I mean, people are obviously still doing YouTube and whatever, but since my platform is so much smaller, I don't know how many people will watch this or care or whatever. But what I do know is that I'm a yapper. I love to talk about anything and everything. I love to do longer form content. I always have such a hard time narrowing things down in my content to make them 30 seconds or a minute long or whatever, because me personally, I feel like everything is important. If I'm including it in the video or I'm saying it or I'm showing it or whatever, it feels important to me. And that's why I love YouTube so much, because you can kind of do that and get away with it. And here we are, starting to make that happen today. And it feels like so exciting to be like sitting here filming this with you guys and talking like this again, because it's been so long, obviously. But we're doing it. Gotta start somewhere. I'm already getting full. I asked you guys on Instagram to leave me some questions that you would want me to answer. And I'm not gonna do them all because it's gonna take too much time, I think, but I can do a follow-up with just Q&A stuff. But one of the top questions that I got, which I think goes really well with everything that we're talking about right now, are my goals. My top goals for 2026 and in general, and how I go about them. And I think to not make it too long, complicated, I kind of already touched upon how I make them happen. And for me personally, I'm big on manifestation, writing down my goals, and then making a plan to try making each goal happen. For example, one of my biggest goals this year is just to push my stuff out on social media more. I want to create more of a community. I don't want to be stressed out about posting or not posting and then the numbers and blah, blah, blah. I want this year to be freeing and post kind of what I want within my niche still, whatever I want, and just have fun creating content again, which I will say I've been doing more of the past few months, but with a fresh new year ahead of us, I want to make that a goal for the entirety of the year and so on. Obviously, I have a ton of goals. I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I've got big dreams, big aspirations, and big things that I want to do and make happen for myself. But without giving all of it away, because some of them are obviously super personal to me, I think 3 of the biggest goals I hope to accomplish: finally getting my own place, me and Diego, of course, not just me. I want to get back into writing and hopefully really push myself to start writing my first book, because that's been a goal of mine for years, and I've always wanted to do it, but I just procrastinated so much. It's actually ridiculous. And I don't know, man, just in the month, between the months of November and December, I felt so inspired, and I've written more than I had ever, really, in regard to like a story to tell. And so I'm really excited to continue doing that and expand on it, hopefully. I don't know if I'll finish it by or before the end of 2026. I don't know if I'll get halfway. But I do know that I'm excited to make that happen. I think it's time. It's time to just rip the band-aid and do it and hope for the best. So there's that. And then obviously on the content side, I want to stay being super consistent. I want to continue growing a community on all of my platforms. Engaging and having you guys feel like it's a safe space to have fun, to talk, to get to know me, and vice versa. Obviously, it would be great to start really monetizing my content. And here's hoping that I can make that happen in 2026. But again, we'll see. I think we're in a good place right now. I think that individually for each of them, there's already been things done and steps taken, and it's looking good. It's looking positive. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Like, I just feel it deep in my bones. I can't even explain it to you guys that this year is going to be so good, so memorable, so positive. God willing, obviously it won't just be for me, it'll be for my family, friends, and loved ones. And I would even go as far to say for the world, obviously, because Lord knows the world needs to see a lot of positive changes at the moment. I'm getting full and I don't even think I've made a dent in this food. Pretty ridiculously long. I've been filming for like 40 minutes, but I had a lot to say. What can I say? I hope that you guys enjoyed eating with me and hearing what I had to say. I really am excited for this upcoming year. I hope that you guys are too. God willing, I'll be able to bring you guys along for the whole journey, good and bad, whatever ends up happening. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please always make sure to give it a thumbs up. Always be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.